Hello, everybody. Welcome to N.O.S.E journey for the day 4. I'm sure that we are going to have so much of high impactful learning today. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much for being here. And as you know, in the N.O.S.E journey, day 4, before we get into today's learnings, let's re-emphasize all that we have learned. Anyhow, thank you, Jayavashni, for being here. Thank you, Nandakumar, for being here. Thank you, Ludwig. Welcome. Happy evening. I'm sure you have been making great progress in the past week. And I'm also sure that since the N.O.S.E journey started, you all have been focused very much on your life. You started making a conscious living on a daily basis as we start counting every day and adding life to the days. Thank you, Halima, for joining. Welcome to N.O.S journey for the learning of day 4. So if I am loud and clear, type LNC in the chat box. All right. Thank you for your responses. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ludwig. Thank you, Nanda. Thank you, Jayavashni, for being active. So before we get in, let's re-emphasize the purpose of N.O.S journey. N.O.S journey is to take you to the next level of your life, from where you are to where you want to go. That's the growth. And in this N.O.S journey, we are following. Yes, welcome, Janani. Welcome, Shibi, for joining. Thank you very much for being here. So in this N.O.S journey, as N.O.S.E goes, can anybody re-emphasize what is N for? Can you type here in the chat box? What is N.O.S.E stand for? N for, O for, S for, and E for. So yeah, of course I am busy. You are typing. So notice. Thank you, Jayavashni. Ludwig. N for notice. Yes, that's wonderful. And O for optimize. Yes, I'm sure you're all typing. Yeah, go ahead and type. Let the people who are joining us know through these chats that we are optimizing our life. And yes, for scale. So Jayavashni has written optimize, scale, enjoy. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nandakumar, for typing. Thank you, Janani. So notice, optimize, scale, and enjoy. So in order to go where we want in our life, we need to notice where we are, what we lack, what more we should do to improvise ourselves. So we concentrate making a conscious living by noticing what we do on a daily basis. Yeah, thank you, Ludwig, for typing. Thank you, Helima. Thank you, Nandakumar. Well, so notice, optimize, scale, and enjoy. We need to know where we are in order to reach where we want to know, in order to reach where we want to reach. And in this 900 days of N.O.S journey, day 1, we started doing the task of making a conscious living by making this day 1 count every day, day 2, day 3, day 4. We also made a calculation of how long we wish to live in this universe, in this earth, and what are the contributions we wish to do to the earth, to the people, to the society. And where we also decided that every day we will send out the positive energy, the inspiration of our own thoughts or thoughts that we learn from people by making a poster for the social media, and we update. And it's day 22 today since we started the day 1 learnings, and you all have been very consistent. So I'm proud of each one of you who are following consistently, making a conscious living. So congratulations. Type great work in the chat box and appreciate all our fellow learners and all our fellow beings who are making this journey memorable, interesting and life empowering one. So thank you, Abhishek, for typing great work. Thank you, Ludwig. Thank you, Nandakumar. Oh, Arul Malar has joined. Thank you, Arul Malar. Thank you, Jayavashni. Thank you, Halima. Midun also has joined. Welcome, welcome, Midun. Thank you. Great work. Yeah, Hemima has joined. Thank you, Hemima, for joining. Great work. Well, so this consistency of anything that you do consistently for 21 days, we all have that mastered now, that consistency of making a conscious living from the day one that we learned. As you all know, every Wednesday right at 8 p.m. I go live for an hour to 1.5 hours, so where continuously I wanted to empower the people who are interested, who want to grow from where you are, where they are now, to the next level of life. So I'm making a 900 days challenge, in which, of course, 900 days is just 3 years. It will fly like anything. But as the time flies, we need to develop our wings to fly great heights. Therefore, this 900 days challenge, every week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I go live. Yeah, Vidya has joined. Thank you, Vidya, for joining. She also has typed great work. So thank you all who are making this nose journey. Congratulations. And let's re-emphasize all that we have learned from day one. And so, of course, day one, we learned learning is the first weapon of growth. And how many of you have got it 100% with you? So, if you have got that weapon of learning, you are great. So, you already started doing great work. That's wonderful. Congratulations. So, learning is the powerful weapon. That's the first learning that we did here in this nose journey. And yearning follows value, not effort alone. So of course, as you start adding value, you start earning more. Therefore, as you learn more, making the learning your first weapon, you start earning more. So how many of you want to earn a great sum of amount? So, if you are the one who wants to make a greater impact in the society, then you must desire to make a greater amount of money, income, because you will be able to help so many people who are in need. So, if you are ready to help the society by making more money, then type ready in the comment box. So let's all together explore how we can make greater impact in the society. How many of you are ready? Type ready in the chat box. So let me see how many of you are ready to make a greater impact in the society. Well, wonderful. So day one, we learned. Wow, that's wonderful. Roshni has joined. Welcome, Roshni. Thank you for being ready to empower the world. Thank you for making a greater amount of money that helps people. So thank you, Nandakumar. Thank you, Abhishek. And I'm sorry, this Pegasus, I don't remember. It was Revati. Okay, all right. Shibi is ready. Mithun is ready. Vidya is ready. Fine. Thank you. Thank you for joining on live. And thank you for being ready to make greater sum. So we also learned gratitude keeps the mind grounded and positive. Therefore, whatever life we have been blessed with, at times we forget. Therefore, let's be grateful to our past and our present, because the future depends on how grateful you are for your past and present. So, all right, Mabel Ruba. Thank you, Mabel. Last time you said I missed out of mine. All right, thank you, Himma, for being ready. So, gratitude keeps the mind grounded and positive. So, practice gratitude on a daily basis, as I told you before you go to bed. Let's think of the day and send out gratitude notes to people. And emotional balance is a leadership skill. Leadership is to respond calmly, and only victims react emotionally. So let's master emotional balance throughout this nose journey. You will definitely be mastering that emotional balance. And logical thinking beats emotional decisions, which we also discussed on the day one of the learning. So let's think positively, think logically, but decide with our heart and mind together. So let's mix both our mind and heart when you make a decision. So that becomes a better decision in life at any point of time. So, and the sixth one is to freeze your brain and follow the mentor initially until you become skilled. So, discipline first, freedom later. And skills are the only real life insurance. Therefore, to scale up in life, as the third factor of N.O.S.E journey, scale. To scale up in life, skill up yourself. So the more skills you acquire, you scale up in your life. So type skills if you are ready to acquire more skills in your life. Let me see how many of you are ready here to learn more skills. So let me see people who are ready to scale up through skilling up yourself. So if you are a person who is ready to scale up, yeah, I'm sending you a heart right away. Thank you, Ludwig, for being ready for skills. Thank you, Nandakumar. Thank you, Jayavashni. Thank you, Halima. Thank you, Roshini. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, Midun. Thank you, Hemima. Thank you, Sujita, for joining. Welcome to N.O.S journey. So skills. So to scale up in life, we need to skill up, and this N.O.S journey is going to focus more on skilling up yourself. So of course, to skill up in your life, what is more important is discipline. So thank you, Janani, for having typed here skills. Thank you, Vidya. So to scale up in your life, you need to skill up yourself. To skill up, the alignment is discipline. So discipline is doing what you have to do even when you don't feel like doing. I told you last week what happened. Therefore, okay, thank you, Revati, for joining. You also have type skills. So uh, to scale up in life, you need to skill up yourself. So when you are disciplined, learning must move from your interest to your routine. That's how scaling up happens. So personal discipline reflects directly on your income. Of course, making more money, we need more discipline. So gratitude plus discipline creates inner stability. That is what we learned on the day one. So balancing these two, gratitude and discipline, prevents burnout. We will not be giving up in life at any point. Once we have both gratitude and discipline, then scaling up becomes very easy. And emotional discipline saves years of regret. Of course, when we do not have that emotional stability, emotional discipline, at times when one reaction from the world, then you will undo years of your hard work. Therefore, emotional discipline saves years of your regret. Routine delivers results. Motivation only excites you. So, of course, when we started this nose journey, many of us, many people joined, and many people stay fully to learn, and some people skip here and there. So it happens. So routine delivers results. Motivation excites. So what is scheduled gets done. Now you see Nose journey. I decided on the day two of our learning that I should go on YouTube rather than in our Zoom meeting only with a limited number of people, so that many learn. So welcome Amarkant. Yes, Amarkant has joined from Orissa here. Welcome Amarkant to Nose journey. So Amarkant also wanted to scale up. So to scale up, we need to skill up. Well, so what we were discussing on is routine delivers result. Now, once I decided on day two that I must go live to teach the people across the globe rather than with a limited number of people on our Zoom platform, I decided and I made it a routine. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I go live. And of course, last week, where I was on Wednesday, I was not able to connect with the right internet. Therefore, it was not. So obstructions happen. But then, not giving up is all our various choice. So if you are going to be one of those warriors, type warrior in the comment box. So you are all warriors. We have that warrior spirit within us. We need to keep it awake. We need to keep it alive all the time. It is with that warrior spirit we can conquer. Thank you, Santoshini, for joining. Welcome to N.O.S journey. So each one of us have that warrior. And when we were child, the warrior was very active. That's why you see. Okay, all right. So thank you very much. Thank you, warriors. You are all real warriors. And thank you, Jesslyn, for joining. Halima, Nandakumar, Jayavashni, Mabel, Gayatri. Thank you. Welcome, Gayatri, for joining. Mithun, Abhinaya. Wow, Abhinaya is consistent. So let's all send virtual wishes that you see on your channel. There is a heart button. Let's send a heart into what do you call Abhinaya, who has been consistent, because in spite of many who join, she is consistent for the day two as well. As I saw her last week joining. And welcome, Roshni. Roshni, I heard that you are not well, but in spite of that, you have joined. Thank you, Janani. Thank you, Amarkant. Well, so we were discussing on routine delivers results. motivation only excites. Now, as I have made it a routine, every Wednesday at 8 p.m., I go live up to 9:30 p.m. So this routine creates a consciousness. This routine creates a discipline, and of course, many of you, you also have disciplined yourself to make this journey, N.O.S.E journey at 8 to 9:30 p.m. on every Wednesday. That's what keeps you holding on to this journey and making your scaling up to scale up possible. Of course, when you want to scale up, you need to skill up. But to skill up, when you want to take action, what blocks is overthinking. Overthinking kills execution in early stages. And once you think whether I need to invest my 1 hour on this N.O.S.E journey to learn, if you keep thinking, people who took action follow. So I'm sure last journey when we were discussing, we all promised to each other who are traveling on this live stream that we are going to take action. So once again, let's re-emphasize that we are action takers. So type AT, action takers. We are all action takers. As a warrior, we take action. So type AT in the comment box as to ensure that we are action takers. So we also learned on the day one, the final learning was consistency. So consistency beats talent when talent lacks discipline. Wow, wonderful. So thank you, Nandakumar. Thank you, Ludwig. Thank you, Sandoshini. Thank you, Jayavashni. Thank you, Hemima. Thank you, Roshini, Halima, Abhinaya, Mabel, Vidya, Gayatri, Shibi, Jaslin, Arulmalar, Amarkant. So thank you all for being action takers. So that shows that you are consistent. So only a consistent person can become a leader. Only a consistent person can grow to great heights. Only a consistent person who takes action reaches great lights. And you see, any great leader in the world today were consistent persons. So they also practiced gratitude, they disciplined themselves, and they were consistent in practicing. So when you practice daily, which becomes your identity. Now, repetition creates reputation. Repetition creates reputation. If you want a greater reputation, you need to repeat what you do on a daily basis. On starting this high focus lifestyle hub, our YouTube channel, on the day one, we got about 20-30 followers whom I know. Day 2, day 3, by the time we made the first 100 days challenge on our channel, we crossed 1,000. One of the happiness is that 100 days time crossing 1,000 subscribers with minimum number of videos posted is a great achievement. And of course, thank you very much. You are all subscribers of High Focus Lifestyle Hub channel, and you also have contributed a lot, especially a few of you I know. You have forwarded to all your friends, family members, relatives, and everybody has subscribed our channel, and they are continuously learning. So that consistency is what has made me and you join live on YouTube now for greater learning. And on the day 2 of our learning session, on the week 2, we learned about self-trust, identity lock. That's what we built. Clarity on the day 1 of our learning with building a warrior identity within ourselves. So we promised ourselves that I keep promise to myself. So the promise that you made to yourself, you promised to show up, and you are showing up here online. Thank you very much. So keep promises to yourself, because if you don't keep up your promises, how can you expect a greater reputation from the world? So if you keep your promises to yourself, whatever it is, whatever the decisions that you take to learn, because learning is the first weapon, as I told you, learning is the first weapon. If you promise to yourself that you are going to learn consistently with the discipline, you have to keep your promises. That is what will lock your identity. You are a person of greater learning. And so, on the day 2, we learned, we also decided, we promised ourselves that I would read 10 pages on a daily basis. We decided that we should develop reading habits. If not 10 pages, at least a page each. And if you develop the habit of reading 10 pages in 365 days in a year, we must be able to complete more than 30,650 pages. So, of course, in a day, 10 days time, we'll complete 100 pages. Then 100 days time, we complete 1,000 pages. Of course, 3,000, it's not 30,000, 3,650 pages, which is almost about some 36 to 50 books. Certain books are of 100 in page, certain books are 200 in page. And you can also learn skim and scan of the book. Yeah, of course, many of you have purchased the book that I published on Republic Day, 26th of January, the CBSE admission, what do you call, sorry, the book that I published on last Republic Day. How many of you have purchased that? If you have purchased that, I am very much grateful. So that book helps many principals, correspondents, vice principals, and it will help you as well. It will definitely help you. Yeah, of course. Thank you, Santoshni. It will help you to become an administrator of that version, because now in the early 90s, if you take 1885 the year 1885 to 90, matriculation schools in Tamil Nadu were just coming up. We had state board, and we also had English medium of state board, the CBSE school growth handbook. Thank you very much, Santoshni. So the matriculation schools was just getting into the realm in Tamil Nadu by early 90s. By 2000, you see every town had 3, 5, 7 matriculation schools. And then in the year 2015, 10 to 15, slowly CBSE schools started getting in. And by 2025, now every town has 1 or 2 CBSE schools. And over 10 years from now, if you take, these matriculation schools will lose its craziness from the parents, or the parents will lose greater interest on the matriculation schools. And slowly, now already the parents have started going towards CBSE schools. And 10 years from now, every town will have 7 to 10 CBSE schools, where matriculation schools, either they convert themselves into a CBSE school, or most of the matriculation schools, now itself I witness many schools are getting shut because lack of admissions, and parents are sending their kids to CBSE schools. So if you read that book, the CBSE school growth handbook, you can also, by 10 years from now, you can also be a principal or a coordinator or whatever is the designation, or you can be a correspondent, a founder of a CBSE school as well. So growth begins when you start visualizing. And of course, people who are on this N.O.S.E journey, in our 900 days time, we will develop ourselves, we will skill up ourselves where we are going to. And on the day 3 of masterclass with us, we also learned that we will focus on one skill at a time. So day 1, it was a direction. We started the journey and we built discipline. And the day 2, we decided that a reader is a leader. So we decided that to become a great leader, we need to practice reading habits. And day 3, we locked self-trust. We promised ourselves that we will focus on one skill. So if you are a person who has started focusing on one skill, type 1 at a time. So one skill at a time. Maybe just type one skill. Let me see how many of you have started focusing on. So readers don't wait for motivation. They build momentum. Once you are a reader, you will start building momentum by focusing on one skill. So type one skill at a time. All right. Very good. One at a time. Abhishek, Shibi, Sandoshini, Ludwig, Helima, Jayavashni, Jesslyn. Yeah, very good. So you started focusing on one skill. So if any of you, Hemima, Mithun, thank you very much for being active participants of this live channel. So one skill at a time. And today is something glorious. because we are going to focus on a greater thing. But go before we get into discussing about the task that we need to focus on until our next live session, we are going to learn something about ownership. And you see, people say, I am the owner of this bike, this car, this house, this building, all these things. And today we are going to see something deeper in it. We are going to be the owner of ourselves. How many of you are ready to learn the skill of being the owner? Something, what do you call? Now you see, where do you belong? Who belongs to your body? You. You are the owner of yourself. But then at times we address, he is my owner, they are my owners. So all these things. So today we are going to see something about how you can be the owner for yourself. You are the boss for yourself first. You are the first boss for yourself. There is no boss in the world other than you. There can be no greater boss who loves you better than you. So you are the boss yourself, boss for yourself. So we are going to learn something uh, about how we can take. So on the day 4, excuse me, let me plug in the power cable as my charger shows slow. Well, as we are getting into the day 4 of learning, we are going to become the owners. So ownership begins where excuses end. Now, will we blame the world for not doing or not having something? We don't blame ourselves. When some things are not well, we blame the entire world than ourselves. So we don't take ownership for that. But when something happens, some what do you call? Let's say, for example, one day you are late to home from your office, or you are late to your office or your workplaces. If the owner where you are working asks what happened today, we'll immediately say traffic, this, that, all those things. So when you miss some certain goals in your life, certain targets, immediately we'll say this time was not good, team did not cooperate, team was not dedicated, all this. And when you say no learning, why didn't you start? When I ask some of my students, mentees, what did you learn? Have you kept up your skill up to scale up policy? Have you focused on your one skill? No, I did not find time this week. I will start next week, and next week never comes. So leaders ask what could have done to do better. So writing down one excuse you used last week and then delete it. You write down one excuse and then delete it. So ownership begins where excuses end. Now, when you take ownership for yourself, you are accountable to yourself for your learning, for your growth. So accountability to oneself is not a pressure, it's power. And when we all together travel in the N.O.S.E journey, we are accountable to each other. And I decided that I must post my conscious learning script poster every day before 9 a.m. And most of you are doing so. Congratulations. Let's just type congrats to each one here for all those who are making conscious learning posters, conscious living posters on a daily basis. Now, in a real life, let's say that I, what do you call, want to go to gym. I decided I went to gym in the past. I had a personal trainer, and one or the other way I skipped. But when I started going with a personal trainer in the gyms, people call PT, personal trainer. Yeah, very good, very good. Thank you, Ludwig. Thank you, Sandoshni. Thank you, Jaslin, Shibi, Jayavashni, Nandakumar, Helima, Emima, Mabel, Vidya, Revati for congratulating each other. I know you are all very consistent, so you are sure to become great leaders in future. So now, when I started going to gym, thank you Sujita for congratulating each other here. So when I started going to gym, I was irregular at times. Then I decided I must appoint a personal trainer. So there are personal trainers are available. So when I thank you Roshni for congratulating each other. Thank you Janani. Thank you Gayatri. When I appointed a personal trainer for myself, Now I started giving accountability. I started being accountable to him. So I have to report to him, sir, I am not able to come today. I will come this evening because I used to go in the mornings. And in the evening, if I don't come, then I have to report, sir, I am not able to come today because of this hectic schedule. You know, at times I felt ashamed to give him reasons for not being accountable to what I promised that I will show up every day. And all in a sudden, I decided, okay, I must reboot. And slowly, gradually, I lost control of going to gym. So when you own your actions, nobody controls you. You control yourself. So now reporting to the personal trainer became discipline, and that started adding my self-esteem. Okay, I keep my promises to myself. Then I decided. I said I'm going to take action. I took action. Started rebooting. So now when you are accountable to someone, you are conscious, you keep up for yourself, and that's why we have the WhatsApp group on the Nose journey. We are accountable to each other. Now I felt accountable to each one of you. Therefore, when I see it's already 8:40, 8:50, oh my god, I didn't make my conscious living day poster. So I must make and then post. I must send out the inspirations to the world. So each one of you are inspiring with a lot of thoughts. Now here, whatever is the greater intention, whether it is going to gym to focus on your health, to do exercise on a daily basis, or whether it is what do you call, reading books, cultivating the reading habits for 30 minutes or 10 minutes or 10 pages on a daily basis, or whether it is focusing on one skill that we started on our third day of our nose journey, whatever it is, your intentions don't count, results do. Your intentions, you might have greater intentions, I have to do this, all those things, but unless you are an action taker, unless you repeat on a daily basis what you want to do, you will not be able to build a reputation for yourself. So intentions don't count, results do. Life rewards delivery, not effort. Of course you take efforts, but if you're not consistent, you fail. So day by day, we need to connect close with our own accountability partners, and our group, NOS group, is one accountability partner. So Abhinaya said, owning the mistakes and taking the stretch while we fall ultimately matters. Yeah, great thoughts, Abhinaya. Abhinaya, you can also stay connected with our team. People who are making this NOS journey. So where we remain accountable to each other, and we also make, as per the day one learning, we also make conscious living day posters. You must have seen many of the people on social media, either on Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp. They must have been posting. So you are welcome to be part of this community of change makers with this, through this NOS journey. So when you take action, you will feel, what results did I produce today? On a daily basis, you ask, what results did I produce today? So intentions don't count, results do. And another factor, time mismanagement is self disrespect. If you say that I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that, or if you're wasting your time, you are insulting your future. Therefore, time is the costliest and most precious thing that everybody do not get. Imagine that at the age of 95, you are living, and at that time you wanted to be so brisk like your own grandchildren. I know many of you are imagining, if you are imagining that you are living in your mind, because conscious living will definitely take you to that heights. So if you are living in that, if you are ready for that greater imaginations, type I am in the chat box. That's I am. So let's all imagine, think big, because by the fact you think big, you expand your vision for your life, for the people. So now when you think big, when you are the person who is going to think of at the age of 95, now I want to walk myself without the help of anybody. Now is the time that you need to focus on your health. Every day is the time that you need to focus on your health, so that until your 90s, 100th birthday. Many of you would celebrate through this nose journey. You are going to build momentum for that. So, on a daily basis, we need to ask, what results did I produce today? Because everyone in the world asks for results. Now, start focusing on your time for greater results. And I would again, I tell you all, time mismanagement is self disrespect. If you waste your time, you insult your future. Therefore, now scrolling 30 minutes with social media pages without intention, and you see, let's say 30 minutes every day, and 30 days, you are wasting 15 hours. 45 days time, you're wasting a day, another 24 hours. Or 60 days time, 60 days time, 30 hours, which is more than a day. One full day, every 60 days, if you are scrolling 30 minutes, and 180 hours you will be wasting per year. That's just by 180 hours. When you take into 24 calculation, it's more than a week. More than a week in our calendar year. We are so planned today. Now, tonight, take action. You are going to restrict yourself from mobile addiction. If you are the person who is going to mention, thank you, Abhishek, for mentioning digital detox as mentioned in the various journey. Yes, of course, that's exactly I'm telling. So if you are a person who are going to keep your mobile away to focus on your time, to stay connected with your welcome Nandakumar. You can also join the gym, right? I go in KK Nagar. There is a gym called Cardia, so where my trainers are there wonderfully. So you can also join very well. Well, coming to the learnings of the day. Now, if you are mismanaging your time, then you are going to disrespect yourself. Now, one full skill, if you want to build for yourself, you need to be conscious about your time. Now, this week, what we are going to do is the time management skill. We are going to build time management skill. The first enemy of time management is mobile scrolling. So let's all develop digital detox this week. So please type DD in the comment box if you are a person who is going to develop that digital detox. So let's all develop that digital detox. Let's set time. Yeah, very good. Abhinaya is ready for the DD. Mithun is ready for the DD. Very good. Digital detox. Abhishek is ready. Digital detox. Sandoshni is ready. Lutvik, Jayvarshini, Halima, Hemima, Janani, Mabel, Vidya, Nanda, Revati. All right. Okay. Jaslin. Well, so thank you very much for making this nose journey, and you are all going to make this. Okay. Thank you, Gayatri. You are all going to make digital detox. Now, another thing, when you are focusing on time management, there will be always one thing that I wanted to do this, but because of my friend, because of my circumstance, because of my family members, because of my friends, relatives. So when a stuck employee blames the boss, a stuck life blame is the system. Your growth is your responsibility. Therefore, the moment you blame others, you lose control. So replace it with who is responsible and what is my responsibility. If you identify this, you will stop blaming the world for mismanaging your time. Of course, we all work for our business, our job, and our commitments. Thank you, Arul Malar, for digital detox. So we all work, we have a commitment. That commitment is 8 hours. And we have committed ourselves for our own learning on a daily basis, at least an hour, 60 minutes. We are the owner. Now, when you don't commit or when you don't keep up your own promises to yourself, you can't expect greatness from the world. Now, the moment you blame the world, you lose control of yourself. You are the owner. You need to take ownership. Ownership is taking responsibility for yourself. Now, taking responsibility for yourself becomes realistic only when you are budgeting your time. I must say this term: budget your time. Spend, because time is more valuable than money, gold, all the precious things in the world. Budget your time. Allot your time for valuables, valuable actions alone. I know you're all action takers, but action taking without the right direction will lead you deviated. Therefore, we are going to budget our time in the coming week. So, how many of you are ready? If you are ready for budgeting your time, type BT, budgeting the time, in the comment box, the chat box. So, let's all budget our time. Now, while we budget our time, I want each one of you to stay accountable. As I told you, we are discussing also both on accountable ownership and accountability while budgeting our time. So thank you very much, Santoshni, for budgeting the time. Thank you, Revati. Thank you, Abhinaya. Thank you, Ludwig, Mithun, Jayavashni, Halima, Vidya, Mabel, Abhishek, Hemima, Jaslin, Nandakumar. So budgeting our time is reporting. Budgeting our time takes you to great heights, but while you budget your time, unless you have an accountability to somebody, you will not be able to keep up. Now, I'm sure all great people who are making this N.O.S.E journey are my accountability partners in a way, which I have spoken in my first book, The Expansive Various Journey, as well. So only when we have an accountability partner, we remain committed to all the greatness that we want to achieve. Because if you are not accountable, if you don't discipline yourself with being accountable to what you have promised to yourself, you have promised to your world, you will not be able to. So now, in case you are a person who wishes not to report, I don't like to report to anybody, because I am the boss for myself. Of course, you are the owner for yourself. But when you build the habit of reporting, that builds self-respect for you, because I kept my promise. So what you track, you improve. Now, when you report, for example, in business, when you see top performers, they track their sales, they track their health, they track their learning, they track their time. So failures track emotions only. Don't track your emotions. Of course, you need to. So track your time. If you're ready, if you're going to budget your time, if you're going to track your time, then you become the owner of yourself. When you are the owner of yourself, let's all think long term. And as in the type box, the comment box, I should see, you all have said, I am. I said, imagine for your 95th year, you all said, I am. We are all going to do that. So owners think long terms. Now you see, any organization, when the owner thinks, he thinks, what if this happens? Okay, if this happens, I do that. And 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that's the reason I told you, ownership brings responsibility. And once you take up that responsibility, you think long terms. Now, each one of you are owners for yourself. So, owners sacrifice comfort today for the power tomorrow. That's what happens in the world today, everywhere. Recently, I saw Elon Musk bedroom. I don't know whether it was true, on social media. Elon Musk bedroom, a picture of Elon Musk bedroom where a bed was on the floor and there was a laptop on the side. Some of you must have seen. So, if what do you call, you take ownership, then we don't focus on temporary comforts. We focus on long term. So owners think long term. So think long term, whatever it is. Now, once you are either watching some Netflix or something of that sort, oh my God, I should have done this. I should not have done that. I should have done this. So we regret later. But whereas if you are cultivating the habit of reading on the day two that we learned, if you're focusing on one skill that your future self will thank for, last week, what we discussed, this week again, if you're going to focus on your time, if you're going to budget your time, if you're going to track your time, you are thinking long term. So excuses make life easy. of course. But tracking your time makes life hard. Excuses make life easy today, hard later. Tracking your time makes today hard, later easy. Now, what do you want? Owners make life hard today so that they feel easy tomorrow. And actually, tracking the time, being disciplined with the time, budgeting the time. Some people are stingy, right? They budget, they allot very little for everything. So be generous in budgeting your time for your learning. If you are going to give 8 hours for someone whom you are working for the people whom you are associated with, how much time are you giving for yourself? I'm sure in a fast growing world, we have to keep up with the paces of the world as well. So we need to also meet out, cut through the noises that is happening in the world. And so we need to do our day-to-day commitments as well when focusing on the future. At the same time, at least spend your time consciously. Then you will become aware. That is what we were on the N.O.S.E journey. Notice where your time leaks. Once you notice where your time leaks, you'll be able to optimize your time. Now, optimizing your time is what I call budgeting. Once you budget your time, you will be able to save a lot of time for your future growth. Okay, Abhinaya says positive detachment. Yes, of course. That's another term we can say for mobile detox as well. Positive detachment. Intentionally, we do certain detachments. So now, as we are coming to the last 10 minutes of our learning sessions, I have said this in the previous journeys as well. When you want to focus on something, when you want to prioritize mastery over certain skills, same time, same time, same work every day. So same time, same talent, then you what do you call? If it is the same time, you develop the same talent. If it is a different time, then life goes focusless and a different life. So when you have what do you call phone besides your laptop when you are working, then naturally your work will be slow. Keep your phone away, as we all what do you call type to DD, digital detox. Keep your phone away when you are focused on your goals, so you will be executing fast. Of course, mobile phone is very essential today for every one of us. It helps achieve a lot of goals, but then that is the distraction as well. Now, what is good for one? Now, sugar is good for human being, but not for the one who is very high in sugar. Similarly, mobile is good unless and until you control your mobile. Once you go in control of your mobile, then of course it is going to distract our time, and by distracting the time, it's going to distract the life. So one focus block today, one focus block today, every day. So repeat to yourself today, type in the chat box today, and that today you have to repeat for yourself every day, that you are going to stay focused. And no, I am very good at doing two tasks at a time. I tell you, we have posted in our channel itself. Multitasking is a modern self deception. That you cheat yourself. No, I can do multitask at a time. Therefore, do not rely on multitasking. Doing many things means finishing nothing. So if you are a person who is thinking of doing many things, for example, you see WhatsApp and you are doing work, and you are also scrolling through what do you call Instagram pages, reels, and so on, then you feel very tired without even completing the results, without even getting. So successful people do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So type OTAT. One thing, one time, one thing at a time. One thing, OTAT. OTAT is for one thing at a time. So let me see how many of you type in the comment box. One thing at a time. So single task single window, single output. You'll get greater outcome. Now, OTAT, yes, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Midun. Thank you, Abhinaya. Thank you, Santoshni. Thank you, Jayavashni. Thank you, Ludwig. Thank you, Hemima. One thing at a time, which calls OTAT. So remember all these things. So thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Janani. Thank you, Halima. Thank you, Roshni. Thank you, Nanda. Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, Arul Malar. One thing at a time. So we are going to focus on one thing at a time because distraction is a choice. Distraction is a choice. No one steals your focus. You give your focus to something. You give your focus to distraction. Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you, Revati. Thank you, Vidya. Thank you, Sujita. OTAT, one thing at a time. So stay focused. It is not that mobile phone stole your attention. Mobile phone was your distraction. You give your distraction to your mobile phone. So notifications are invitations. Notifications in your mobile phone are invitations for distraction. Leaders don't accept every invitation, right? Of course, like having run Wise for the past 20 years in the industry, now literally every day, one or the other functions people invite. If I have to attend the functions of all the invitations, 365 days, you will have only time for attending functions. Where is the life for ourselves? So I have to budget my time. Similarly, you have to budget your time and you have to focus, stay aligned with your goal. You cannot do multitasking. So distraction is a choice. Notifications are invitations for your distractions. Leaders don't accept every invitations. Delete one distraction app today, now. How many of you, which app you are going to delete from your mobile phone, which is distracting you? Delete. Go ahead, take that action. So, if you are going to delete any app that is distracting you, I have done a number of times. Certain apps I thought that it will help me, so I'll install and then I'll use, and I see, oh my God, it has stolen 1 hour of my time because in the mobile phones you see, you can see the average usage of time. Now, altogether, today, since waking up by 5:30 a.m., I have used 3 hours 19 minutes. You see, my mobile phone has taken 3 hours 19 minutes of my time today, and in which productivity and finance 1 hour 59 minutes. I'm happy about it. And phone, it has taken 37 minutes. Facebook 4 minutes. I'm aware, I'm conscious. I opened Facebook, oh my God, this will steal my time. Immediately, I quickly came up. And WhatsApp 31 minutes. And of course, my partner, ChatGPT, 1 hour 18 minutes. I do a lot of research on ChatGPT. So I do a lot of research on ChatGPT and then I make it my own and then I make my personal learning out of it. Therefore, rely on UGPT then ChatGPT. So type UGPT on a chat box if you are the one who is going to rely more on UGPT. So as a whole, 3 hour 19 minutes mobile. So track your time. You all have typed TT, right? Track your time. So distraction is a choice. Leaders do not give up for distractions. So priorities decides your destiny. Now, what you prioritize, what makes you a greater life. So if you are going to use UGPT, type UGPT in the chat box. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, YOU. It's not only YOU. You can just type U, short form of YOU, UGPT instead of Chat GPT. Thank you, Abhinaya. You are a very active performer. Oh, that's great. Good to see. Thank you, Nandakumar. Thank you, Sandoshni. Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you, Halima. Thank you, Jaslin, Sujita, Abhishek, Mabel, Vidya, Hemima, Jayavashni, Arulmalar, Revati, Roshni. Well, so let's all use UGPT. Now, ChatGPT, I call ChatGPT as my partner and then we do a lot of research together. ChatGPT is an app, it's a tool which is only helping me to schedule my time. But I budget my time. I track my time. Similarly, apps, mobile phone, all the social medias, they are there to help us enhance our life, not that we give up ourselves to them. So priorities decide your destiny. Now, busy people manage tasks, focused people manage priorities. Now, you decide whether you are going to decide your tasks, you are going to manage your priorities. Now, when you are, that's why when people say, oh, I have been very busy, what did you do? They don't have accountability, they don't have track of what they did. Therefore, thank you, Janani, for typing UGPT. So, busy people manage tasks, but focused people manage priorities. So, you need to prioritize what is the urgent thing, what is the important thing. So, doing urgent thing versus doing important thing. Some things will be very urgent, but that may not be so much important. You can prioritize yourself. So, as we are going to track time, I have already said in the day two, we are going to every day focus on top three priorities on a daily basis. So, focus is emotional control. All right. Scrolling is emotional escape. Now, when you want to have what do you call control over your emotions, we need focus. But when we are scrolling, just we escape from our emotions. So that people scroll when they want to avoid efforts or when they are feeling uncomfortable. But as leaders, we need to face discomfort, because facing discomfort is what keeps you comfortable for a long time, lifetime. You must have noticed in your 10th standard, those who have been very studious, who have been studying hard, and while if you are a person who have been just enjoying life in 10th standard, you must have witnessed he got the computer science, sorry, maths biology group or maths computer science group, while other one got C, D, E, F groups in the plus one, plus two, right? And plus two, who have been very much putting themselves with the discomfort of disciplining, budgeting the time, and waking up at 4:30 a.m. studying hard. They must have got better stages in the colleges, better admissions, better colleges. But while others, and when you were in the college, if you were a person very much focused on your academics and studies, your growth, you must have been in a better place, while you compare your own college mates, batch mates, now still figuring out what to go ahead in life. So, feeling of discomfort with intention. Without intention, if you are in a what do you call uncomfortable life, then you need to figure it out where your direction, your purpose is. So, with intention, when you are able to face discomfort, you will have a long life with what do you call comfortable. See, comfortable is not just what do you call spending your time as you like. Spending your time budgeting is the real comfort, because once you decide I will do this at this time, then that becomes easy. Now none of us go to our parents and ask how to apply paste on the brush and then use, right? It becomes our routine. But it was very hard when we were kids. Now those who have kids will understand how difficult it is, until the age of 4 or 5, to make them apply paste and brush all those things. They'll say no, 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 no. So what is discomfort? Once we go through on a daily basis, regularly, repeatedly, then we become expert in it. So focus is emotional control. And if you are going to take ownership for yourself, for all your time from today, you protect your attention, you protect your energy. So your attention is more valuable than money. And you grow where your attention is. What you focus on grows. If you focus on your time, though everybody has only 24 times, you will have 24 valuable hours. So if you are going to focus, budget your time from today, type 24, because we are going to budget our 24 hours today. from now on. So type 24 in the chat box if you are going to focus on your time. Say no to all low value activities. I must say that which does not help you grow is a low value activity. So 24 hours everybody gets, but how you budget your time is what keeps you growing. So thank you, Jesslyn, being the first one to type 24. Thank you, Ravadi. Thank you, Nandakumar. Thank you, Abhinaya. Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, Sandoshni. Thank you, Abhishek, Roshini. Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you, Celine. Oh, Celine has joined. Welcome, welcome, Celine. Thank you for joining and thank you for commenting here. Thank you, Alima. Thank you, Jayavashni. Thank you, Janani. Thank you, Ludwig. So we are all going to, thank you, Hemima. Thank you, Sujita. We are going to budget our 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours. You know, the richest people, when you observe, they budget their money. People who budget their money become rich. Whatever is their earning. People who budget their money become rich. People who budget their time also become rich because time is more valuable than money. If you want to become part of that 1% in the world group, you need to budget money. Thank you, Sujita. Thank you, Vidya, for being conscious of this 24 hours of every day. So, daily focus creates unbelievable results slowly, quietly. Now, as I told you earlier, 10 pages per day, if you are reading, 300 days time, you will be able to read 300 books in 30 years. So scrolling, you are not going to earn anything. So choose focus over entertainment. Now, you don't lack time, you lack focus. And now, reading creates a leader. Focusing on one skill at a time helps you scale up. And more than that, now we are coming to the more important part of taking ownership of ourselves. And when you want to take ownership of yourself, you need to collaborate all the 4 days that we have learned. You need to, what do you call, compress all the four that we have learned. The day one, we learned of conscious living, that how many days, what is the day today, whether it is day one, day two, day three, and we are on day 21, 22 today. So consciously we are making, as we wake up in the morning, first thing we do is, okay, this is this day of my 900 days journey. And how many days our life bank balance. You know, when you see, I feel that when I see my mobile phone every day with the bank account number message comes, oh, okay, good, that's nice, right? You also must have seen on what do you call, on your pay days, when you see the message, okay, it's credited, that's fine, right? So similarly, when you see your life bank balance, oh, I have 25,020 days still to go. That's great. So if you are making a conscious living for yourself, you make every day count, not just pass through the day, you live through the day. Of course, literally everybody is living, but whether they are living consciously is a great question. And we, the warriors, are living consciously. And as the day two, the day one itself I emphasized, but the day two we started action, all action takers. That is reading at least a page, but 10 pages we promised to ourselves. Reading 10 pages, same day, same time, same book. We complete the book, then we again go for same time, same book until we complete that book. So while you are reading, have a highlighter, either a pencil or a pen. Underline certain box, because you read a book, you don't remember everything that you read. Now, as I told you, I have almost this zigzag class closing the sale book I am reading. Now, wherever I read certain points, I highlight. When I highlight, next time when I want some inspiration, some thoughts on this, I just only skim and scan through what I have underlined. So that is how you have to build your reading skills. So if you are a one who has already started, if you are a person who is going to restart reading from today, as I just recently restarted my going to gym, if you are a person who is going to Start from today, whichever category you belong. Reading is very essential for great leaders. So type reading in the chat box to re-emphasize us as of the day two learning. Type reading in the chat box. If you are a person who is going to, if you are a person who is already practicing reading on a daily basis, same time, same place, same book on a daily basis. If you are a person who is going to start from today, if you are a person who have already started, wow, Abhishek has completed three books. Ludwig, very good. Ludwig has started reading, Gayatri reading, Jayavashni reading, Roshni reading, well, very good. Mabel reading, Emima reading. So type reading in the comment box if you are a person who is going to focus on your. So if you own your actions, control your focus, you are going to make an amazing progress through this nose journey. So thank you, Vidya, for typing reading. Thank you, Halima. Thank you, Ludwig. Now here, okay, Ludwig has started reading a book. That's wonderful. So Jaslyn has typed reading. Revati has typed reading. Wonderful. And if you haven't yet purchased the CBSE School Growth Handbook, go. It's available on Amazon download. And I, you remember on the nose journey, I told I those who have purchased the book, there is a surprise awaiting. So I am waiting. The surprise will definitely will come to you very soon. So go ahead and get download the book from Amazon Kindle. Start reading. That also can help you. And if you have already done it, please complete the book and then give your valuable review. Or as you are going through, you can also give your review. So as on day two, learn, and then day three is scale up, skill up to scale up. Because if you want to scale, if you want to make more of anything, you need to know more of that so that you make more of it. Therefore, making more money, of course, is everybody's desire, but you need more skills to make more money. And when you have more skills, you will add more value to the people, to the society, and the society will give you more money. This is the triangular that works. And that's what we learned on day three. And day four, it is DD, digital detox, BT, budgeting the time, TT, tracking the time, OTAT, one thing at a time, staying focused. So, of today's sessions, I just want each one of you to type here in the chat box which takeaway has touched you, anything, whether from the chat boxes, if you go through and see it is AT, that is action taker, you are a warrior, you are focusing more on skills. So, whatever is the takeaway today, go ahead and type in the chat box. And from today, okay, BT, what is BT, Nandakumar? Budgeting the time. That's wonderful. So please also type budgeting the time in full fledged so that people who watch later part will know. So Abhinaya has asked me whether physical book is available. No, Abhinaya. Now it's Amazon Kindle. I know it is also a hindrance when sometimes on Kindle it's a digital detox. You get a notification and then immediately you open the notification, leaving this book from Kindle app. So discipline yourself. Physical book will be available in the near future. Once it is available, I'll let you know. So BT is the takeaway for Arul Malar. Okay, thank you, Arul Malar. BT is budget your time. Okay, all others I expect you can also type. So, dear warriors, dear leaders in this nose journey, okay, take 100% responsibility for your life. Yeah, that's ownership. Take ownership of yourself. Well, thank you, Ludwig, for typing. Nandakumar, budget your time. Yeah, budget, BUDGET, budget your time. Well, so Hemima, I am the owner of myself. Yes, of course. You are, each one of us are the owner of ourselves. We don't have a bosses outside. Those bosses outside exist for being the boss of their own life. I am the boss of myself. You are the boss of yourself. So ownership begins when excuses end, of course, because we used to blame the entire world. So we need to take responsibility of our time, take ownership of ourselves. Yes, of course. So scale up. Of course, I know each one of you. Yes, Celine has typed OTAT, one task at a time. Multitasking is a myth. That's great, Celine. Thank you for that. And Revati, as scrolling is waste of time. Better we can invest our time through reading books. Yes, that's wonderful. And Abhinaya, accountability. Yes, of course. When you are accountable, we remain committed, and that creates the consciousness. That's what I said, conscious living. So Abhishek, multitasking is a myth. Very good. Sujita, OTAT, one task at a time. So dear readers, leaders, I want all of you to focus on the week 4. Of course, we are on the week 4. Like by next journey, we are going to complete a month of successful uh, focus on life. Okay, Mabel has typed action taker. Wonderful. Thank you, Mabel, for typing. Sujita, ODAD, one task at a time. So, Nandakumar, there is no tomorrow, do it today. Yes, of course, that is for the action takers, I said in the beginning. Excuses, for the excuses, I said. So, we are going to focus on budgeting our time, and we are going to regulate ourselves. UGPT, yes, Celine said UGPT. Of course, we get the help of many apps like ChatGPT, but then we have to customize for ourselves for UGPT. That is your life, because you take ownership of your life, you take control of your life. So, as we are coming to the concluding sessions, concluding of today's session, you have all typed your takeaway. Now, I want you also to forward this good news to all. So, next time when we go live, I want each one of you to post on all your social media pages wherever possible that this we are going live. You can also invite your own accountability partners. You can bring in your partner other than people who are here in our N.O.S.E journey for partner, and bring in, let them also travel along with you, so you will be able to update to them and they will update to you, so you remain accountable to yourself. So that's going to be a great day. So thank you very much for making this N.O.S.E journey. And now it's the Q&A time. If you have any question and answers, I'll be here to answer. So let's have a Q&A for some 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, before we close for the day. And again, as you are typing, let me re-emphasize on all that we have learned. Learning is the first weapon of growth. Yearning follows value, not effort alone. Gratitude keeps, yeah, you can go ahead as you're listening to me, you can go ahead and type what question you have for me today. I'll be answering the questions. So, gratitude keeps the mind grounded and positive. Emotional balance is a leadership skill. Logical thinking beats emotional decisions. Freeze your brain and follow the mentor initially until you become an expert. Skills are the only real life insurance. And we also learned about discipline. Learning must move from interest to routine. Personal discipline reflects directly on income. Gratitude plus discipline creates inner stability. Emotional discipline saves your years of regret. Routine delivers results. Motivation only excites you. Overthinking kills execution in early stages. Skills grow under daily pressure, not comfort. Yeah, of course, this factor I didn't re-emphasize today in the beginning. So skills grow only under pressure. So keep yourself on that pressure. Consistency beats talent when talent lacks discipline. Mood based learning leads to accidental growth. That's not a guaranteed growth. So, gratitude sustains long journeys. Consistency means doing right even on low days. Over analysis destroys momentum. What you practice daily becomes your identity. Now, you all have showed up here for this day's learning. That shows that you are creating a reputation, and that reputation will build your reputation in future. And we also learned about self trust. Keep promises to yourself. Self trust is built by keeping small daily promises to yourself. Small actions done perfectly create big victories. And learning without application is self deception. Whatever you are learning from your readings, apply it in your life. Okay. So Hemima has asked how to handle family and growth in the career. Yeah, that's a wonderful question. To handle family and growth in your profession, budget your time. What time you are going to spend for your family, what time you are going to spend for your career. Now, allot time, delegate works that anybody else can do in the family. Focus when you budget your time, keep the promise to yourself that I am going to do this for my personal growth or professional growth at this time. Like our 24 hours are again budgeted into three eights, 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 hours of sleep, the first thing that is most essential for living. So you need to rest to live. Don't live to rest. Rest to live. So 8 hours, first budget of 8 hours is for your rest. Next budget of 8 hours is for your personal life, for you, for your family, for everything. And another 8 hour is for your career. Now you decide how you are going to fit this 8 hours, 8 plus 8 plus 8. So all of you, if you are hearing this first time, 8 plus 8 plus 8, or if you are already practicing this, type 8 in the chat box. So 8 plus 8. Thank you, Hamima, for bringing this question. So I'm able to answer to this for everybody. And you like Hamima, anybody can be an inspiration for others also bringing a question. So 8 hours for your sleep. That's purely for you to live long. 8 hours for your career. 8 hours for your personal life and family. So that involves your brushing, eating, what do you call, spending quality time with your family members, talking to your friends, enjoying park, this, that, everything. And your career, whether it be a job or a business or anything, that it deserves 8 hours. Now, career is to be seen as something that your contribution to the world, right? We are living now, for example, I drink water from this wonderful jug, right? May I sip with your permission? Now, I have this beautiful jug on my desk. It's somebody's career. Somebody has worked 8 hours of part of their duty, it has come. And somebody has purchased from the manufacturer, kept it in their shop, sold it, maybe adding a little more value for their life, and that has come, and now it is adding value for me. Now, career is to be seen as contribution to the world rather than a means of making money. Now, when you have this focus of contributing to the world, because we receive a lot of contribution, whether it be mobile phone, whether it be food that we eat, it's somebody's contribution. So we also have to take that moral responsibility to contribute to the world. Therefore, 8 hours of career. Of course, many say, no, I am a homemaker. There also, we are contributing. We are contributing to the family, to the in-laws, to the kids, to the, what do you call, friends, family, whomever is coming. But then I must say, everybody should have a career rather than being a homemaker or housewife. If they haven't skilled up, they cannot scale up in career. So that's another part which we already have discussed. So we have to notice whether they have skills, and if you have skills, start optimizing it to scale up. Budget your time. So now 8 plus 8 plus 8, 8 hours for you to rest so that you live healthily. Another 8 hours for you to spend with your own self, your family members, your relatives, your free time, your enjoyment, everything. Another 8 hours is to be set for your career, because career is contribution. Career is not just making money. Now you all work in different areas, different professions, and we are all contributing to the society. Of course, if you are in the knowledge industry, you received knowledge. Now we are contributing knowledge through which we are adding value to people, and people add value to us. That's exchange, salary, money, whatever it is. So we add value, we deserve value. When you add more value to people, you add more value to yourself. You get more value. In other terms, you get more money when you add more value. All right, thank you, Emma. I hope that answered your question. If yes, type yes. If no, again, I'll come prepared. Type no. For next time, next sessions, I'll come prepared with better clarity. And now Abhinaya has asked question. Thank you, Abhinaya, for being open enough to ask this question. Hello, sir. How do we keep our initial burst of motivation from fading too soon? That's a real challenge for every leader. The zeal we hold now may not endure beyond a week or two. How do we fortify ourselves so that this spirit is sustained? That's exactly what we are discussing today. Accountability. Now, whatever you want to do, I remember I shared this story in some of the sessions. A zookeeper was what do you call selling tickets, entry tickets to enter the zoo, and many did not buy. So he decided, okay, I want to attract more viewers to my zoo. He decided, okay, it is entry free. All who passed by, everybody rushed, and the zoo was full. And he said, closed for today because many people got in. And then he decided to charge. He was usually charging $50 to get into the zoo for a day. That day he decided, I will let people free. I don't charge $50. And he decided, I'll charge you $500 for exit. That sounds lunatic, right? Madness. 500, nobody came in. How will people pay 50 rupee, $50? Nobody came in. How will people pay $500 to get out? Definitely they will fight with him and they will abuse him, and so that's not going to happen. That's what everybody thought. What he did, exit P 500, and he let the tiger out of the cage. Once the tiger is out of the cage, and he said, whomever pays 500, the exit gate will be opened for them. Now, regardless of any thought, everybody started paying 500, 500, 500. Let me out, let me out, let me out. So that is how exactly. If you want to keep your motivation without fading too soon, Abhinaya, you need to let the tiger out of yourself. Now, letting the tiger out of oneself, what I mean is declaring to the world, I am going to do this on a daily basis. If motivation gets you started, find an accountability partner or a mentor who will push you forward on a daily basis. At the same time, you have to be answerable to the person whom you are choosing as accountability partner. Possible you can go through, if you have a Kindle edition free, if you have Kindle subscription, you can read the Expansive Various Journey book. I have mentioned about this accountability partner as well. So you need to identify an accountability partner, a like-minded person or a mentor who will handhold you in that journey. Then your motivation will not fail. Now, how to let the tiger out of yourself? Post on your social media. Now, all those who are in the N.O.S.E journey are posting on a daily basis on social media. Now, everybody will start asking, hey, what happened today? One day, if they don't post, what happened today? You did not post. When people started asking, that becomes a reminder. So the entire society keeps us accountable, actually. That's the reason when we go out, we wear dress and go. Because the entire world has kept us accountable of wearing fine clothes. Similarly, you must make it non-negotiable for you if you want to start something and stay motivated. And non-negotiable, just like you are brushing, just like you are eating 3 times a day, just like you are washing your face once a while, just like you are bathing on a daily basis. What you want to do, what you are motivated and you desire to do, has to become your non-negotiable. That should become your habit. Repetition is the secret to repetition in what you want to do. So how do we fortify ourselves so that the spirit is sustained? Yes, exactly. Find an accountability partner. Declare to the world, I am going to do this. Make a short, poster. Post on a daily basis continuously for 21 days. 22nd day, you yourself will start posting. What you are going to do, keep posting. And make a short video. I attended a training session for authoring books. A person called Inspiring Jatin. I am grateful to him because he let the tiger out of me for my first book. I attended during Christmas holidays, about 22nd, 24th, such days. How to write a book. I attended a session. I paid a certain value, and then I joined the course. I learned. On the day 3, he said, go ahead and declare to the world, make a poster, make a video, short video that you are going to publish your book on this date. Any day within 30 days from today, he said. That was on 22nd or 23rd, that was on 27th or 28th of December. He said, any day, 30 days, within 30 days from today, you decide a date and tell. And that time I decided Republic Day, January 26th, also my wedding day, January 26th. So I decided, okay, I'll publish my book on January 26th. He said, make a short video and send me, he said first. That's simple. We are going to send him only. No, no problem. We'll send because he's our mentor. He's my mentor, so I have to send him. I prepared a video and send. He said, "Okay, wonderful. Now you go post on all your social media pages, at least on Instagram page." I posted on my Instagram page. I posted it on my status. Now the tiger let out, and he also added at least keep a value of 99 so that people can pre-order your books. And about 150 plus people pre-ordered 100 rupees books. I decided only the title. Now I let the tiger out. People, 150 people, I have to be accountable by January 26th. I have to give them a copy of book. I invested my time, energy. I remained accountable to all those who pre-booked my books. And they made me author, not I myself. They made me author because they have been my accountability check partners indirectly. And that's exactly, Abhinaya. You can pick up yourself and become achieving anything. All right, Abhinaya is adding to it. How do we maintain alignment with our objectives? Even motivation fluctuates. Exactly, I have answered both the questions. Yeah, Sujita has also typed. So Emima has got clear. Abhinaya has got clear. So more power to you all who have been making this journey a wonderful one. So let us meet next Wednesday. Okay, Celine, how to find the way of? Yeah, come on, Celine. You just you thought that I'm going to close, so you clear. So yeah, go ahead, Celine. You can type. So you are all making wonderful what do you call decision. The decision itself is powerful that you have decided to make your life a great one. You are going to notice yourself, you are going to optimize, you are going to scale, you are going to enjoy your life. So enjoyment is not that doing nothing and enjoying. That's not enjoyment at all. The real enjoyment is progressing daily basis, one step, 1% growth on a daily basis. So, how to find the why of my existence? Exactly the right question, Celine. It's a very generic, sorry, it's a very big question. Cannot be answered in a short time, but I'll come prepared for the next session because that itself is a topic on our 900 days journey, which is supposed to come on day 6 or 7. But however, next session we will discuss about this finding the way of existence because that is what gives us grip. Now, many people who do not identify the why of the existence live like as it comes. But people who have identified the way of existence live greatly. Uh, Now, just to give a short intro about this to Celine, the way of the existence, your parents gave you birth, and your teachers, everybody gave you education, and you got an opportunity to work in a firm and you get a job. Now you have been receiving right from your childhood. The purpose of every human being existence is to give back what we have received, possible give back in manifold. That's the fine goal. As I told you, 8 plus 8 plus 8. Career is to be seen as contribution goal. We are contributing to the society because we have been receiving. Now, anybody's why is to give back what we receive. And now, why am I born in this world? It's a question that is to be asked to the spiritual being. Why am I born in this world? That's a greater purpose. In the life, let's together figure it out what is the greater purpose that each one of us born. But the way of the existence is directly to give back what we received in manifold. If you have received love, give back in manifold. If you have received hatred, do not give back in manifold. Forgive. Give forgiveness in manifold. So whatever you enjoyed receiving, give back in manifold. Because if you didn't enjoy, do not give that back to people in the world, in the society. So that is one of the reasons, the way of the existence. But there are so many things we'll discuss in the future sessions. So thank you, each one of you, for being consistent, constant learners. Because remember, learning is the first weapon of growth. If you are going to, what do you call, be in the N.O.S.E journey, notice, then what you notice you will optimize, what you optimize you will scale. So the task for the coming week for all N.O.S.E journey members is to budget your time, BT, track your time, TT. So thank you very much. Thank you, Celine. Thank you, everyone. So more power to you. You can type MPTY and then take a leave. More power to you, MPTY. I have sent MPTY for all those who are here. Thank you, Jayavashni, MPTY. Jayavashni, thank you very much. You are the first one to join, and you are here staying full 1.5 hours time of this session. Thank you, Ludwig. Jayavashni and Ludwig, you make a wonderful combination of learning journey. So you can also become accountability partners to each other. Thank you, Santoshni, for being on this journey. Thank you, Hemima. More power to you. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Mabel Ruba. Thank you, Sujita. More power to you. Thank you, Abhinaya. More power to you. Abhinaya, hope to see you soon in person. And you can also join the N.O.S. journey if you're interested. The number 9626158123. Send a high text, interested text. Then you will be included in the N.O.S. journey as well. And Helima, thank you, Helima. More power to you. Thank you, Gayatri. More power to you. And so let's end this session and see you all in the next N.O.S. journey, that is at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. See you all. Until then, signing off, your Francis. Bye bye.